Students, I hope you all are fine over there. In our previous video, we have studied about tissue. So let's take a quick recall what we have studied. So I told you that plant tissues, they can be of two types, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue, the cells in the meristematic tissue, they are capable of cell division and they are capable of giving rise to all the various cell types of the body of an organism. But in permanent tissues, they are incapable of cell division. Then in meristematic tissue, if you remember, we have studied about apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. Now in this video, I am going to tell you about permanent tissue. Study about permanent tissue. So what happened to the cells formed by meristematic tissue, which are formed by meristematic tissue? Now cells which derived from division of meristematic tissue, they take up a specific role and they lose the ability to divide. They thus form a type of permanent tissue. The development process by which cells derived from meristematic tissue take up a permanent shape, size and function, this is called differentiation. Now in this way, cells of meristematic tissue, they differentiate to form cells of permanent tissue. So it means the tissue which have lost the ability of cell division or which have lost the power of cell division, they are called permanent tissue, though they are derived from meristematic tissue, but they have now definite permanent shape and they are specialized to carry out different functions. So permanent tissue, they form the bulk of the plant body, and different type of permanent tissue, they are formed due to differences in their specialization. Permanent tissue can be simple permanent tissues or the complex permanent tissues. Now let's see the characteristics of permanent tissue. The cells of permanent tissue, they are differentiated and have means what it means. It means now they have the definite shape, size and they are performing a specific function in the plant body. The cells, they can have a thin or thick cell wall. The cells of permanent tissue, they can be living or dead. The vacuoles may be present or they can be absent in the permanent tissues. Cells of permanent tissues, they do not divide, means they have lost the ability power of cell division now. Now simple permanent tissues. So what are simple permanent tissues and why they are called simple permanent tissues? Simple permanent tissues, they are made up of only one type of structurally and functionally similar cells. So that is why they are called simple permanent tissue, means they are formed of only one type of structurally and functionally similar cells. They don't have the different type of cells in the body. Now these tissues, they are supportive and they are very protective in functions. Supporting tissue, they provide support and strength to the plant. So in this category, you are going to study about three types of simple permanent tissues, that are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma. Parenchyma is a simple permanent tissue. Now parenchyma is an unspecialized tissue form of thin walled, rounded, oval or polygonal cells. Now parenchyma, it is found in the soft part of almost all the organs of plant, that is cortex, pith and medullary rays of stem, cortex of root and mesophyll of leaf, in the flowers and fruits and in the endosperm of seed. Means parenchyma, they form the bulk of the plant body. Parenchyma cells, they are rounded and are equally expanded on all sides. Parenchymatous cells, they are oval, round, polygonal or they can be elongated in shape. Now the cell wall is thin and they encloses a dense cytoplasm which contains a small nucleus and surrounds a large central vacuole. Intercellular spaces in parenchyma cells means the space between the cells, it is called the intercellular space. It is abundant in parenchyma cells. Now specialized type of parenchyma cells are chlorenchyma, palisade chlorenchyma and erenchyma. So these are the specialized type of parenchyma which are performing a special function in them. Now what are the functions of parenchyma in plant? Parenchyma, they serve as a packing tissue. They fill the spaces between other tissue and they help in maintaining the shape and firmness of the plant due to its turgid cell. Now it provides rigidity to the plant by keeping cells rigid. In storage organs like in xerophytes, succulent parenchyma, they act as a water storage tissues. And if chloroplast is present, the parenchymatous tissue is called chlorenchyma and it can perform the process of, it helps in carrying out the process of photosynthesis and it can manufacture the food. Now in hydrophytes such as water hyacinth or hydrilla, large air cavities are present in parenchyma that give buoyancy to the plant. Now such a type of parenchyma is called arenchyma. So arenchyma, which is a specialized type of parenchyma, it helps in providing buoyancy and it helps aquatic plants in floating. Now parenchyma cells, they help in wound healing, regeneration and grafting. How? Because they can undergo cell division. So parenchyma are the simple permanent tissues which have the power of cell division. Though I told you that permanent tissue, they have lost the ability of cell division, but parenchyma is a tissue which is having the capability of cell division. So they also help in wound healing, regeneration and grafting. Now parenchymatous cells, they are metabolically active. Their intercellular spaces, they allow gaseous exchange through them. Now transport of material occur through cells or cell wall of parenchyma cells, and that is why parenchyma is also called as a food storage tissue, because they can store food in their cells. Collenchyma is derived from parenchyma tissues and they are formed by the elongation of cells and thickening of primary cell wall. Collenchyma, they show many features of parenchyma, but they are actually characterized by the deposition of extracellulose at the corner of the cells. Now in collenchyma, intercellular spaces are generally absent. And why intercellular spaces is absent? Because they have a deposition of extracellulose at the corner of the cells. Collenchyma cells, they are elongated in shape and they often contain a few chloroplasts in them. And collenchyma, they are generally found in a stem, leaf stalk and leaf midribs of dicot herbaceous plant. And now what are the functions of collenchyma? Collenchyma, they are called mechanical tissues in young dicotyledonous stems, and they provide mechanical support and elasticity. Means collenchyma, they provide mechanical support to the delicate organs of herbaceous dicot stem, and its cells, they combine both the things, that is they provide the tensile strength also and the flexibility also to the cells. Now thus collenchyma, they provide tensile strength with flexibility to those organs in which it is found. It allows easy bending in various parts of a plant without actually breaking it. When cells of collenchyma, they contain some chloroplasts, they manufacture sugar and starch, means they have the capacity to carry out the process of photosynthesis. Now these cells, they can also store food and they allow growth and elongation of organs. Sclerenchyma cells, they are dead cells and they are devoid of protoplasm. So its sclerenchyma is hard supporting tissue which are form of long narrow fiber like cells with pointed ends. These cells, they are dead and they have thick lignified walls, that is why they don't have intercellular spaces between the cells. Now sclerenchyma cells, they occur in two forms, that is fibers and sclerates. Now fibers, they consist of very long, narrow, thick and lignified cells, and the length of sclerenchymatous cells, it varies from 1 mm to 550 mm in different plants. Now sclerates, they are great cells, or they are also called as stone cells because they are irregular shape and they develop in various parts of the plant such as cortex, pith, phloem, heart, seeds. Now the sclerenchyma, they occurs in abundance either in patches or in definite layers. Now the husk of coconut, that you know, it is made up of sclerenchymatous tissue, and it is also present in mesocarp of fruit of coconut, and eel coir, which is well known fiber which we are using for making the mats, cordage, brushes, etc. Now what are the functions of the sclerenchyma tissues? The sclerenchyma cells, they provide strength and mechanical support to the plant. Second, they help in conduction when present in the secondary xylem. Third, fibers which are present on the surface of seeds and fruit, they help in the dispersal of seeds. Next, they provide grittiness to the pulp of fruits and they provide strength to seed covering. So these are the function of sclerenchyma. Now besides parenchyma, sclerenchyma and collenchyma, simple permanent tissues, they have some other tissues also which are called protective tissues. Protective tissues, they include epidermis and cork. Now first let's study about epidermis. Epidermis is usually present in the outermost layer of the plant body such as leaves, flowers, stems and roots. Epidermis, it is one cell thick and it is covered with cuticle. Now cuticle is a waterproof layer of a waxy substance called cutin which is secreted by epidermal cell. Cuticle, they possess variable thickness in plant. For example, in xerophytes, this cuticle is more thicker, and the main function of epidermis is to protect the plant from desiccation and infection. So what is the function of epidermis? Epidermis, they usually protect the underlying tissues from mechanical injury, chemicals and infection. And the cuticle of epidermis, they protect against water loss and desiccation. That is why in xerophyte, that is desert plant, this cuticle is thicker. Now cork. In old dicot stems and roots, the cells of protective tissue, they change into cork cells. Now what is the function of cork? Cork is again protective in function. It protects the plant from infection, mechanical injury and desiccation. These are basically found on the outer surface of cork, which help in the aeration of inner tissues. So the function of epidermis and cork is that they are protecting the plant from mechanical injury, any chemical or any infection. So that is why they are called as protective tissue. So now in next video we are going to study about complex permanent tissue. Thank you.